Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is really weird because I honestly never thought I was going to be filming a YouTube video again, but I just went to watch a study with me and then thought I might as well film my own, and then remembered I hadn't posted on YouTube in I want to say 3 years, 2.5 years maybe. I think I did some in first year. So yeah, welcome back. I honestly decided about 20 minutes ago that I was going to film this video, so I don't actually know what I'm trying to say. I just thought I'd give a little law update, what I want to do in the future update, this and that sort of thing. And do you know what's really crazy actually? People have still been watching all these YouTube videos, subscribing, commenting, so thanks for that. And I actually just started a TikTok, a law TikTok, because I thought I don't have enough friends that do law. I've got 3 pretty much, like ones that I'm really solid friends with, and I need more. So if you're a law person, hit me up. But actually follow my TikTok, I'm going to put it in the description. So yeah, now I'm coming to the end of doing law at the University of Manchester. I have so many thoughts about it, about this uni, about law, and I feel like it's going to be really fun to come back to this channel and maybe post a few videos on it. So yeah, I ended my first year with, I think I got 69.25%, so I was 0.75 off the next grade boundary of being first. Quite disappointing, but I mean, it doesn't go in your transcript or anything. In second year, I had a surgery basically over the exams. I was going to the hospital every single day. I said to the university, please, mitigating circumstances, please. I literally didn't go to any lectures from one of my modules. And they were like, yeah, you can have mitigating circumstances, but it's actually not going to help you in any way whatsoever. So let's just say I didn't do too well in year 2. But year 3, I have pulled it back. So I studied in semester 1 criminal evidence law, which I got first in, mental health law and family law, and I loved all of them. And right now I'm studying medical law, law in practice, which I can talk about as a module, and miscarriages of justice. I literally forgot that for like 10 whole seconds. But I picked law in practice because I wanted it to be like less intense, because my year 2 exams was so insane. They gave us 7-day long exams, so to do like 2 exams in 7 days, and then chose the same 7 days of the exam period. So I ended up with like 12 exams to write in a week. It was insane. I literally didn't sleep for like 3 days running, and I hallucinated once. It was really, really bad. So I chose law in practice because it's more coursework. So you do a case, which I've already done my case. It was on wills, trust and probate. Really enjoyed it. And then you do an access to justice essay and a reflective essay. And I actually just sat down earlier to start writing the reflective essay. I don't like it, because we've never learnt about it, they've never taught us about it, and now having to go away and start reading about reflective models of practice and this different type of lawyer and that different type of lawyer, and it just feels like for my 3rd year exam, something that's literally this important, you want me to start all my studying from zero. Like, I don't know how to do good at this. And the access to justice essay, you'd think it would be easier, right, because we chose our own title for it, but I've chose my title and I just don't know how to answer my question. Like, I've answered it, but you know when you just look back at an essay and you think, that's not good. Like, that is literally not a good essay. So I've done that. And now I'm trying to fix it. Like, I'm trying to go through and make it more critical and bring it back to the question more. If anyone was wondering, I chose how LASPO is like the legal aid and sentencing of and Punishment of Offenders Act. Legal Aid, Sentencing and Punishment of Offenders Act 2012, how that's affected litigants in person in the family courts, because it's increased them, and litigants in person really struggle to advocate for themselves. And I find that really interesting as well, because I did the legal advice case, volunteering with the legal advice clinic at Manchester. It was like really interesting. I really enjoyed doing it. I did a client meeting with 2 other girls that also do law at university. Yeah, so we interviewed the people, we got all of our facts, and we wrote a letter of advice. It was just really fun. It was really good. It like made me feel like, yes, I do really want to be a solicitor. I currently don't have any like training contracts or vacation schemes or anything lined up, which is not great. I'm going to be completely honest with you. It's not good. But I just really struggled with second year, and I've been really burnt out in 3rd year because it starts in September. My 3 formatives were due in like October, November. January, summative exams. Then you start 3 more modules. In them summative exams, my other formative exams are already out. And then I've got my summative courseworks, and then I've got May exams. So applying to things has just not been something that I could do right now. Like, I'm going to do it soon. I literally am going to do it soon. I've been applying to some as I go, just like little things. I've got an interview for a firm coming up and I'm scared. I haven't done one before. And I've got an assessment centre for a different job on Tuesday. I've also never done one of them before. I'm actually really scared about that. I actually feel like I'm just waffling to myself right now. I don't even know if I'm going to end up posting this video. But I just think if anyone watched all of my other videos, literally before I even went to university and then came back and watched this, it's going to be really interesting to like see how I've grown. It's also probably going to all be people from my high school and sixth form, so hey. So yeah, in law, I've decided I want to do law for the individual. I know that everyone thinks, oh, Harvey Specter, I want to be him. I want the big law life. Not for me. I don't want to work 15 hours a day. I don't want to devote my life to law. I feel like I've already devoted my life to law and I'm only in the undergrad part. I have to do the SQE and the training after that. I don't really want to work for the company. I feel like I need like a personal connection. Like when I did my case for the legal advice clinic, I felt like my personal values for going into law is like making the law less scary for people who don't understand it or have any background in it. Because none of my family members do law. I don't know a single person in the industry. Yeah, I want to help people with that. So maybe family law is interesting to me. Personal injury, clinical negligence. I really love criminal law. Criminal law is like the area of law that just has my heart, and I wish it paid better. If criminal law just paid a little bit better, it would 1,000% be the area of law that I go into. But I just struggle with the mentality of like, I'm doing the same law degree as people who are going to go on to earn over like £100,000 a year. And I'm like, I just really struggle to accept the fact that I wouldn't be doing that, especially when I'm putting myself through such a stressful degree. And obviously money isn't everything at all, but it's something. It's why we all get a job. So I do want to work in criminal law, at least for a bit. Like I really do want experience in that area because it's just so interesting to me. I don't know what it is about criminal law that interests me. It's just something. And I need to work out the answer for that question actually because of an interview I've got coming up. I really should have thought of what I wanted to say before I started filming because I've been filming for 10 minutes, half of it's going to be cut out and I don't know what else I want to say. Actually, if you go to University of Manchester, this might be more interesting for you, but when I was first filming, I lived in Grafton Street, so it's like near the Morrisons at university. I had never been down to Fallowfield before and right now I'm living in Fallowfield, like I'm looking out my window and it's extremely Fallowfield. And I am so scared about the fact that I might have come to uni and never even gone to Fallowfield. Like I didn't go there in my first year. I feel like I was missing out on the whole university thing. I'm still going to live in Manchester next year actually. I don't want to move out, like move away. I don't want to move back to where I come from. It's still a city, but it's like a smaller city. It's just not for me. But yeah, one of my friends actually from that city is moving up. She's going to live with me. And we need to find a house. We need to find a 2-person house that's pet friendly in Manchester for someone who doesn't even have a job lined up yet, which is going to be difficult. If anyone knows of anywhere that's going to take us, and it can't be extortionate. I know there is places like Campus that's in like Gay Village. They do accommodation. So expensive. Can't do it. How I'm feeling with uni right now is like, I need it to be over. I enjoyed uni. I loved the whole thing. But I need it to be over. I can't do this anymore. I'm so burnt out from third year. I purposefully picked modules that had coursework so that my exams weren't like the second year exams. Even though they've actually changed them this year, made them 24-hour exams, which feels really unfair, right? Because my grades are going up against people from different university who have like 48 hours per exam. I have 24 hours for 2 exams. Like, it's unreal. I spend basically the whole 24 hours a week. But in January, I did actually go to sleep for like 5 hours. In mine. So go me. But I just need uni to be over. I realised that going straight from A-levels into university, like never having a gap year, I need one. Mentally, I'm like exhausted. Like right now, I just had to write a formative for my medical law, which is really interesting. I don't know how much I can say on it, but it's about section 11D of the Abortion Act, so the grounds that you can abort a fetus on grounds of disability. Really interesting topic to talk about. I've had to do my access to justice essay, which I've just finished, but it's not mentally finished, like I'm still worried about it. And I've had to do this next reflective essay that I'm working on. And then I've got my May exams, like they don't stop there. And do you know what, right? I have never had an in-person exam in my whole law life. And I also didn't do my A-levels really in person. Like I was the COVID year, so we didn't go in person and do them. I was there, but they just took all my random grades throughout the year. So it was a bit weird. But my last exam is going to be a multiple choice exam. It's worth like 40% of medical law, and I should do good in it. Fingers crossed. Did a land law multiple choice and I got 80 or 90%. It might have been 80 or 85. I got really good in it anyway. So this medical exam is my last exam. It's on May the 20th. Wish me luck. I'm actually having an exam in person on a computer just for 1 hour, and I'm going to walk out of the exam and like university's going to be done for me. I only have 2 exams. I've got a 24-hour on the 16th and that one on the 20th. Like, I'm literally going to walk out of the computer room and it's like, uni's done. I think I'm going to cry. Like, I'm going to cry out of happiness because, like, yes, it's over. Get me out of here. But also, like, sad. Like, my whole personality, not in an annoying way, but my whole personality has been university. Like, where I live is in a uni town. My friends are all uni. We do law. Like, everything I've thought about all day for 3 years is law, and then it's just going to end on a random Monday. My next steps are to take, well, I don't really know how to get into it. So there's something called the solicitor qualifying exam, and for that you need 2 years qualifying work experience. Can be through a training contract, can be through a paralegal position, just things like that. You need to do a course. You don't need to, but to pass, you kind of need to do a course before you do the SQE, which are about £7,000, and they're insane. It's an insane exam. Only 50% of people pass it, so I'm a bit scared for that. And it's 4.5k to take the exam once. If you fail, 4.5k again. Fail again, 4.5k. You can only take it 3 times in 6 years. So if I fail, lawyer dreams being put on hold. I'm like terrified about it. But you can get a firm to like cover the fees of your SQE. The only problem is, because of my lack of legal experience, I'm really struggling to like, I have really bad imposter syndrome. Like, when I think about applying to firms, I just think they're not going to hire me. I'm not good enough. There's going to be other people who are more qualified, which honestly is like 100% the case with the unqualified part. But everyone's got to start somewhere. I just feel like a lot of law firms are like, yeah, everyone's got to start somewhere, but we're not the law firm for that. Like, we want people who have at least 3 years experience. But I've been applying. I think I've applied to a couple of paralegal roles. I haven't got them. When my exams are done, I'm going to like really start applying to jobs. I just want a job, anything to do with law or legal things, like a legal assistant, legal receptionist, legal coffee maker. I don't care. I just want legal something. I think that's all I've got to say for now. I'm gonna edit this and literally upload it right now because I'm procrastinating really hard. Do you know what? This reflective essay gives me like the ick to think about writing it, because you have to write it in first person. Like, when I first started this module, I felt alone. I don't know. But you have to write things like that, and it's just really not for me. Like, I like land law, contract law, black and white law, and I know that I put myself onto this module so I can see how it's my fault. But like, I have to write about like before I started the case, how I felt after, how I felt, and I really enjoyed the case and I loved it, but I don't have like 2,500 words to write about it. I'm gonna find 2,500 words to write about it, but I'm gonna struggle. So yeah, I'm gonna edit this, I'm gonna upload it now to my 30 viewers. Hi. Actually, that's really embarrassing if it doesn't get 30 views. I kind of take that back, but I'm gonna leave it in anyway. Okay, I'll see you soon. Bye. You know what? I just stopped filming this video and then I thought about a story that like is actually really funny. So I was on a night out and this guy came up to me at a bus stop and was like, I really recognise you. I was in year 2 at this point. So I really recognise you. And I was a bit drunk. It was like after a night out, waiting for the bus home, freezing cold, if you know, you know. And I was like, genuinely didn't know what he was on about. And I was like, oh, like, do you go to uni in Manchester? Like, of course he goes to uni in Manchester. Every person our age goes to uni in Manchester. Or like Man Met or something. And he was like, yeah, I do, but I don't think that's where I know you from. And I was like, getting on the bus like, oh, okay, I don't know, like, see ya. And then I realised the next morning, I was like, they probably knew me from YouTube, and I think that's what he was hinting at. Like, I think he was being like, no, I know you from somewhere else, but like didn't want to embarrass me. It really makes me laugh when I think about it, because I was genuinely so oblivious. I've actually met up with a few people that, do you know what? My friend group at law right now, I met because I did YouTube. Like, I got to know them all because of it. So if you're watching, love you all. And I've met up with other people as well that have known me from my YouTube channel. So this has been really cool. Like, even though I haven't been posting, I've still been replying to comments, replying to emails, talking to people, and literally meeting up with people who know me from doing YouTube, which is pretty cool. Like, that is really cool. So thanks. Why did I just put my thumbs up? Oh.